Welcome to Sweden and round 2 of the World Rally Championship. It's several degrees below zero. There's snow and ice all over the roads, and yet the cars travel in excess of 200 kilometers an hour, making this one of the most spectacular motorsport events of the year. Rally Sweden is special in so many ways. It's a rally that's been dominated by the Scandinavians. To you or I, these conditions are treacherous. But for these cars on those tyres, it means maximum attack. And the drivers just love it.
Fast, flowing, nice conditions and good atmosphere. Always a lot of people. And when it's getting white on the roads and in the forest, it looks quite good.
On snow and ice, you can slide the car a bit more, so it's more fun to drive. You're sliding around corners, and you know, that's when you're enjoying it more.
The speed and also the grip on the snow is amazing, and if there is snowbanks, you can push so hard and use them. At the moment, there's not big ones, but you can still have a lot of fun.
Sebastian Loeb is the only non-Scandinavian to have won here ever. He's also just won the first rally of the season in the all-new Citroën C4. Everyone expected him to be quick on tarmac, but this will be the car's first true test on a loose surface.
It's not so easy to make a car faster than the Xara. The Xara was on the limit of the regulations, and it's not so easy to go faster. We saw last year with the Ford that the Xara was still competitive, and now I'm happy with the C4. I don't know if it's faster as the Xara or not. We hope so, but it's not easy.
Marcus Gronholm couldn't match the pace of the C4s in Monte Carlo and had to settle for third. But here he's the master, having won this event 4 times. He'll be looking to prove a point to his arch rival.
How important is it for you to beat Sebastian here?
It's important everywhere, not only here. If I want to win the championship, so. But always here it's my rally. I feel that it's my rally and it's my favorite rally, so I would like to win.
Gronholm's teammate Hirvonen is also aiming high in Sweden.
Definitely on the podium. That's the least I'm going to go for, and hopefully even challenge Marcus and Sebastian.
Petter Solberg is another Scandinavian to have won here before, but that was back in 2005. In fact, wins have been a long time coming for the Norwegian. He struggled with his new BF Goodrich tyres in Monte Carlo, but his hopes are high here in Sweden. So, after round 1, Loeb and Danny Sordo lead the way, with Gronholm in third, looking to close the gap on the Frenchman. Solberg is currently 6th. Citroën's return to winning ways means they have an 8-point lead over rivals Ford after just one rally. Subaru are third. The rally is based in Karlstad, and this year will host 2 super special stages. The main service is once again in Hagfors, 100 kilometers north of Karlstad, with the bulk of the stages in this area. The crews will have to negotiate 342 competitive kilometers. So the rally gets underway this year with the brand new super special in host city Karlstad on Thursday evening. So the first taste of action on snow for 2007, and at just under 2 kilometers, it's a preview of what lies ahead for the enthusiastic Scandinavian spectators. We have a surprise early leader. Tony Gardemeister reminds the rally world of his capabilities by setting the pace around the tight confines of the Super Special. Back in a Mitsubishi Lancer here and in Norway, the Finn will certainly be one to watch over the next 2 weekends. And here's Mikko Hirvonen. He's up against Danny Sordo, his big rival from 2006. Sordo started the year in fine form with 2nd place in Monte Carlo, but beating a Finn on snow may be a different matter. He's 1.4 seconds slower than Mikko over stage 1. And talking of rivalries, what a gripping display Daniel Carlson and Gigi Gali put on in Sweden last year. They were locked in a battle for third all weekend, with Carlson eventually coming out on top. Gali's 3 seconds off the pace set by Gardemeister here. Daniel is another 4.4 seconds slower than Gigi. It's sibling rivalry next. The Solberg brothers going head-to-head. The real challenge with these two may come next week at their home events in Norway, but they'll both hope for strong performances on the snow of Sweden too. It's a good start by Petter. He's just 0.6 of a second off Gardemeister's time, with his elder brother Henning nearly 4 seconds off the pace. And while we're on the subject of classic duels, what about these two for a lineup? Sebastian Loeb and Marcus Gronholm. Oh, but that's not the getaway that the world champion was expecting. Very unlike Seb to stall on the start line. He got going eventually, but that's valuable seconds dropped already. No such delays for Ford's #1, though. Gardemeister then is the man to beat so far. Gronholm and Loeb are making their way through the last few bends now. Unsurprisingly, it's the Finn who's ahead. And here comes his time. Well, that's slower than his compatriot Gardemeister, but only by half a second. And just look how far back Loeb is. 7.6 seconds down on Gronholm already. So after the first stage, Gardemeister is the surprise leader, Gronholm second and Petter Solberg third. But what a disastrous start for Sebastian Loeb. He doesn't even appear and is down in 20th. The rally proper starts with stage 2. Stay with us to see if Sebastian Loeb can claw his way back into contention. Back to the Swedish rally. There's been a fresh snowfall overnight, so a challenging 22 kilometres ahead for the first forest stage. Gardemeister is the surprise leader after last night's super special. First up, though, this morning, it's Monte Carlo winner Sebastian Loeb. He starts today in a lowly 20th place, but no repeat of that costly stall that gave him such a sluggish start yesterday. And now a first real look at the Citroën C4 in action on snow. The new car certainly proved its pace on tarmac at the opening round. The team have freely admitted they're unsure how competitive the car will be on loose surfaces. Well, Loeb's teammate Danny Sordo got his first experience of driving on snow last year, finishing 16th. So his lack of experience may count against him this weekend. Oh, but he's run wide there. Plenty of snowbanks around this year, which can be used to lean on and keep the car on the road. But they can also block radiators if hit head-on, and that's just what Danny did there. He's ground to a halt and is stuck fast in that snowbank. This will cost a lot of time. Danny is understandably frustrated. Four-time Sweden winner Marcus Gronholm, meanwhile, waits his turn back on the start line. The spike tyres biting immediately into the ice, providing instant grip. It's often said that these narrow winter tyres can actually provide more grip than found on gravel events despite the icy surface. And Marcus knows better than most how to get the best of them. A fantastic taste of the speeds reached from the onboard camera here. With Sordo, meanwhile, and spectators have come to his and co-driver Mark Marty's aid. And another stall there, that's not going to help. The C4 has taken an agonising amount of time to break free of the snowbank. In all, he's lost 3 minutes, and it's a terrible start to his second Swedish rally. Teammate Loeb, meanwhile, is bearing down on the finish line. The C4 certainly looks the part on snow so far, but we won't know for sure until the times start coming through. Loeb's proven before, though, that he knows what it takes to win here, and if the car is up to it, he can guarantee he'll be giving his all to repeat his 2004 win. Well, he's cleared the stage okay, and an early chance to see if the world champion's happy with his first C4 outing on snow.
I had only one split, the first one, so I know that this one was good, but after the conditions were worse, it was more snow, so I think I lost a bit of time in this part.
So that extra snowfall last night seems to be causing a few problems then as we rejoin Marcus Gronholm, who's attacking the final few kilometres of stage 2. Well, there's Loeb's time, and with the finish line fast approaching, he's going to be slower. 4.4 seconds off Seb's time, and he'll certainly not be happy about that.
How's it been?
No, not good. It was so much snow on the road, so I was not opting for the longest studs, which would have been the right, but what can we do? I don't know. How much did we lose to Löb? I don't know.
I think 4.4 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So another driver complaining about the deep snow. It really does seem to have caught them all by surprise. Mikko Hirvonen, meanwhile, is long overdue a good result in Sweden. These stages should be tailor-made for the Finn, but after 4 starts, the best he's managed is 9th. It's more Sweden frustration, though. There's a problem with the Ford's power steering, and he's 10th fastest on stage and in the same position overall. And what would this man give for a win this weekend? Despite still using last year's spec impreza, Petter Solberg and co-driver Phil Mills know they could have a shot for victory through the Swedish forests. Their later starting position should help too, with the early runners sweeping the loose snow clear. Joining early leader Tony Gardemeister now. Can he maintain that terrific start? Well, not like that, he can't. He's obviously attacking hard, but too many more errors like that, and he could slip out of contention. Without a works drive now for over a year, though, the Finn is understandably desperate to impress. Well, here's another look at that. He just seems to lose the back end of the car into that right-hander, but he still manages a time just 0.2 of a second off Loeb's. Back with Petter Solberg, and there are no sign of errors so far from the former world champion. He has a chance to snatch the lead from Gardemeister here. That's the target time he needs to beat to move ahead, and it's looking good. Yes, he's done it. Solberg is over 6 seconds faster on stage, and now 5.6 better off overall. Gardemeister's fellow Mitsubishi privateer Chevy Ponce, meanwhile, is well on his way into stage 2. Oh, but a mistake from Chevy, and I don't think he's getting out of there in a hurry. Gigi Gali, meanwhile, has been having a terrific run in his first outing in a Citroen Zara. The early splits have seen the Italian fastest so far to this point, but he's closing now on the struggling Ponce, and a very tight squeeze getting past the Mitsubishi, and that's going to cost a few seconds. Frustration for the Italian, but he still manages the second fastest time and jumps to 3rd. So it's Petter Solberg who leads the way after the first forest stage, followed by privateers Tony Gardemeister and Gigi Gali. Marcus Gronholm is 4th, over 10 seconds off the pace, while Sebastian Loeb is still outside the top 8. He's 9th, 13.5 seconds behind Solberg. Another 2 stages to come before the midday's service break, and after such an eventful start to the day, anything could happen before the crews return to Hagfors. Loeb and co-driver Daniel Elena are continuing their steady recovery after the time lost last night. The team's early concerns about the C4's pace on snow appear unfounded. Loeb is slowly but surely finding the car's limits this morning. 4th fastest on stage 3 and then fastest on 4. The world champion jumps from 9th to 4th. So, ominous signs for Loeb's rivals, but Marcus Gronholm too is moving in the right direction. It may have been a slightly frustrating start with the tyre stud selected not long enough for the deep snow, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the Ford driver as much now. He's pushing as hard as he dares and moves up to 2nd place on stage 4, slowly building the pressure on early leader Petter Solberg. Like Gronholm, Solberg is a former winner here, victorious in 2005.
Opens 40.
It's early days, but Petter and Subaru appear to be back where they belong, in the hunt for rally wins. His advantage has been shaved slightly, but he maintains his lead for now.
Titans minus, opens, and line into...
And what a terrific start it's been for Gigi Gali. He grew up driving on snow in the Italian skiing resort of Livigno, so is perfectly at home on the white stuff. And his amazing run continues. He sets his first fastest time of the weekend on stage 3, but a small mistake on the following test sees him lose 8.5 seconds and fall to 5th. At such high speeds, the smallest mistakes will be heavily punished. Fellow privateer Tony Gardemeister has also made a good start in his Mitsubishi Lancer. Defying the fact that his car is 2 years out of date compared to many of his rivals, the Finn continues to impress. He's third fastest on stage 4 to repass Gali and is running in third overall. Change again on the leaderboard then. After 4 stages, Petter Solberg's closest rival is now Marcus Grönholm. Tony Gardemeister remains third, but has Sebastian Loeb just a second behind. It's all still incredibly tight though. The top 8 drivers are covered by less than 18 seconds. So, as the teams head back to service at Hagfors, it's Norway's Petter Solberg who's on top of things.
Petter, great start this morning.
I was really good fun. That's a long time ago.
Are you enjoying it out there? What are the conditions like?
Well, they are quite tricky because snowbanks are very soft, and I see Marcus have been using a lot of snowbanks. So, but it's actually coming a lot of snow on the road, so it's not cleaning so much as we hoped.
There was quite a lot of snow on the road, and I was not really confident with the grip and so okay.
This afternoon I will try to go as fast as possible. We have 2 second pass, so hopefully, I remember some years before, even at the second pass I had to clean the road because the last cars are very small and not sliding. So I hope I will not lose more time, and I hope we will have a good position tomorrow on the road.
Tony Gardemeister started the day out in front, but he lost his position on stage 2.
Once we spun close to start, and then after that, we tried to push like a hell, and then few white big moments on high speed.
The afternoon loop is a repeat of the morning stages, but as the drivers predicted, there's still a lot of loose snow around. Sebastian Loeb's told us how determined he is to give this rally his best shot, and the Frenchman's fight back continues here. Although he has complained on the radio that the helicopter flying above the stage is blowing snow in his path, affecting his visibility. Though second overall, Marcus Grönholm didn't seem too happy about his performance this morning. He claimed he was lacking in confidence, but on this second run through Likenäs, the Finn's looking far from unsure of himself. Here's the rally leader getting his afternoon underway. Petter's had a difficult time with Subaru over the last year. The Norwegians seem to become less flamboyant and more frustrated as the 2006 season wore on. A good result early in 2007 could turn the tide for him. Grönholm is coming towards the end of the stage now. There's Loeb's stage time, and Marcus is in the final few hundred meters of the finish. He's already faster than Seb, but by how much? 12 seconds faster. Loeb really will be cursing that chopper. Marcus now 14.2 seconds ahead of Sebastian overall.
On Sebastian at 15.5 kg, 11 seconds faster.
Okay, but I lost in the end because I was attacking too much maybe in the middle part, and the studs are gone. Ay.
More problems for Grönholm then. Here's Solberg now in the final sector. But can he match the Finn? That's the time he needs to match or better if he's to keep his lead of the rally. And it's looking under threats here. Yes, he's lost it. Petter drops to second, 1.2 seconds behind Marcus. Gigi Gali's been looking in fine form already with a stage win under his belt and running 5th overall. He's enjoying driving the Zara, but still has a great deal to learn about the car. The priority is getting through. No. Oh, but that's the last thing he needed. This is going to be costly. Without a snowbank, there was nothing to bounce him back on course. Taking a look at the replay, you can see he's just carrying too much speed. And once stuck in the snow, it can be very hard to get the car out again. It's a costly error as the Italian loses over 4 minutes and tumbles out of contention. So a new rally leader, the 4 times winner Marcus Gronholm, with Petter Solberg now second. Henning Solberg has climbed to 4th ahead of Loeb, who's now in 5th place overall. With Ghali's loss of time though, Loeb is the only non-Nordic driver in the top 8. After the break, all the rest of the action from day 1 of the Swedish rally. Gronholm leads, but he's only just over a second ahead of Petter Solberg. Welcome back to Sweden, and a chance now to catch up with some runners further down the order. Stobart Ford's Jari-Matti Latvala was on the edge this morning, but he steadies the ship and goes into stage 6 in 8th overall. Local hero Daniel Carlson has so far been unable to recreate the heroic display that took him to his first podium finish last year. Like Ghali, he was held up by Chevy Ponce earlier this morning, but he did recover and is up to 7th by stage 5. Chris Atkinson has played it safe today. He's hoping a cautious approach will be rewarded if the leaders start to slip up. He's 10th. Henning Solberg's another driver who's had an eventful first leg. He also struggled on stage 2, but the leading Stobart Ford driver has excelled in the tricky conditions since then. While Chevy Ponce has already had a lively start to the day with that off on stage 2, and unfortunately for the Spaniard, his day does not improve. A stuck throttle causing this off on stage 5 and bringing his rally to an early finish. So a reminder of how the top 6 stands as the crews head to stages 6 and 7. Gronholm leading from Solberg with Gardemeister 3rd. And Sebastian Loeb makes an immediate impact on the rerun through Hara. He beats Gardemeister by 7 seconds and Henning Solberg by 2.2, meaning he climbs 2 places to 3rd. And on stage 7, Seb's fastest, powering through the snow and taking 2nd place. He started the day 20th, remember. Marcus wins stage 6, and after 7, the Finns' lead is up to 10.8 seconds. With Loeb having won in Monty, Marcus knows it's crucial to his championship hopes to better his rival here. It's not all going quite so smoothly for Petter Solberg, though. Thanks to a poor tyre choice this afternoon, he drops almost 5 seconds to Loeb on stage 6, and then nearly 19 seconds on stage 7. That means he falls behind the Frenchman into 3rd, trailing him by 10 seconds. His brother Henning, meanwhile, has been quietly moving in the other direction, and by the end of stage 7 is just 2.1 seconds behind Petter, in 4th place overall. His best performance here so far is 5th in 2005, and he's set himself the target of beating that. Mikko Hirvonen likewise is upwardly mobile. On stage 6, he closes to within 3.8 seconds of Tony Gardemeister ahead of him in 5th place. On stage 7, he beats Gardemeister by 7.2 seconds and takes 5th, leading his fellow Finn by 3.4 seconds. Latvala, in the livery of Stobart Ford, climbs to 7th in stage 6. He's hoping for a good result after damaging his focus in Monte Carlo. But on stage 7, this happens. That spin costs him. He drops more than a minute to the stage winner Loeb and falls out of the points. No changes in order following stage 8, a quick sprint in Hagfors to end the day. Marcus leads by 11 seconds over Loeb. The Frenchman's climbed 18 places over the course of the day. The 2 Solberg brothers, led by Petter, separated by just over 5 seconds.
Still, it was not easy. It was hard for the studs, and in the end, it was quite difficult with really moving, and here our car was going here and there.
Do you think you can keep Loeb behind you?
I hope so. I hope so, but you never know with him. He can attack, and I have to be aware, and I have to fight
really good afternoon for us. We are only at 10 seconds behind Marcus after the first day. We were first on the road, cleaning the snow for the other, so I think at the moment it's a good result.
And you're getting used to the C4 on snow?
Yes, you get used to the car. I'm really happy with the balance of the car, and the feeling is good. So now tomorrow we'll be all in the same position and on the road, and so all in the same condition, and so we'll see what we can do.
We have to be realistic a little bit to maybe fight for where we are now, but we will see tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to try with the longest stud, and then we will see.
What's your approach to tomorrow?
I'm going to try hard anyway, that's for sure.
That's it for day one, but if you need more information, then try out the website on WRC.com. But for now, from Sweden, it's goodbye.